Hello everybody, this is Diem, and these are my stories. So in this one, we were living a strip mall, and there was an oil puddle right here. And I have a younger brother by about 2 years, and I don't remember how old exactly I was. I was between, I think I was at least like later part of 7 or so, or a little bit older than that. Um, I think my brother was like 6, so that would have put me at, around 8 or so. But um, rather than actually going around this puddle, I was kind of an idiot and thought it'd be cool to jump over it, and so I did. And then my little brother, because we hung out like all the time. My mom wasn't good about taking care of us, and we were kind of neglected a little bit. So when he would cry, he'd come to me. He wouldn't go to her. I used to tell him stories, and would continue to tell him like like bedtime stories to help him fall asleep. And he was basically, I felt like I was kind of raising him, and he was, my playmate, my brother, my best friend, all that. So when he jumped across and slipped on it and hit the open car door, he cracked open his forehead. And I totally felt like it was my fault. And, to this day, I think it probably was to a degree. I was still a kid, and, how much can you blame a kid for jumping over a puddle? You kind of should have known better, but at the same time, right? You're spontaneous at that age. So he cracked open his forehead, and we had to rush to the hospital. And I was in the front seat, and I basically had to hold and put pressure on it using napkins, and the blood just soaked through. And it didn't take super long to just, my hands were covered in my brother's blood, and it really sucked because he was everything to me in a lot of ways. I really treasured my relationship, and I still really care about my relationship with my brother. So, in a family that we're not all that close, I felt that I was watching my brother die, and that was really hard. He turned out, fine. He got some stitches on his forehead, but it really sucked. And it really sucked because I also felt like it was my fault. And it scared me to death at the time because, like, just to see that much blood coming out of his head and him screaming, right? And there's nothing you can do, right? But yeah, so everything turned out fine, but this is just another one of those stories that kind of, we didn't get to be kids really in a lot of ways, and we dealt with a lot, and we just got unlucky in a lot of ways. We grew up pretty fast, and we kind of needed to for other reasons. This one was just very unlucky, but thank you all for listening, and have a good day.